السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وأحسن الحدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, thumma Alhamdulillah, we finished, mashallah, every word in this Qudbatul Haja. We know them. So Alhamdulillah, we should have a very firm understanding of what is going on in this Qudbah. And every time it is read now, we should be able to, at least if we pay attention, to understand exactly what is going on. And as I always try to emphasize, the issues that are mentioned in this khutbah are the most important elements of worship, because they are acts of worship of the heart. And the acts of worship of the heart are more essential than the acts of worship of the body. Because a person can be doing physical actions that looks like acts of worship, but he can be doing them for show, because his heart is doing them for other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He wants some recognition or some other worldly benefit or something like that. So the important thing is to understand that all of these elements of worship that are mentioned in this khutbah, they are very essential for us to pay careful attention to, and try to really understand them and implement them. Inshallah, as I said earlier, we're going to begin dealing with, but we started talking about the heart, but actual issues relating to the heart that are connected to ibadah, inshallah. So make a lot of dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make facilitate this for us, so that inshallah we can share the information of this concerning this important subject. Because the real reality of life, and the most important thing for anybody's life, is the purification of the soul. And the heart is really the vessel that tells us how the soul is. You want to know how your soul is? Check your heart. That is the yardstick to use to judge what exact level you and me are in relation to this important job that we have to do. So inshallah, we'll continue discussing that. So this khutbah, as I said earlier, it is divided into three parts. This part here deals with a lot of the important elements of ibadah that we have to dedicate and devote to Allah. This part here with the three ayats contain the concept of taqwa, emphasized at a level that is very amazing, because the Prophet ﷺ mentioned these three ayats in this amazing khutbah, or as if to emphasize that taqwa is the most important element, is the center of the affair. Because if taqwa is there, then it naturally would push us to praise Allah, seek His help, seek His forgiveness, seek His protection from all types of evil that is within us, evil that is without us, and seeking the guidance, because we know that only He guides, So this is the important thing here. If we have taqwa, everything else falls into place, inshallah. And it would also help us to focus on the two aspects, or the two most important aspects of Islam, the Kitabullah and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And if we do that, alhamdulillah, our life would be mutakamil. It would be complete, inshallah, and we would have lived a good life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us and help us to really concentrate on these important things that are contained in the khutbah, so that inshallah we can benefit abundantly from it, inshallah, and it can make our life much better as Muslims. Ameen. So let us continue. Here we have an overview of what we're going to do. Brothers and sisters, we welcome you to our 13th lesson, Ad-Dars al-Thalitha Ashar, of part 2 of Foundation 1. It is our 29th lesson, Ad-Dars al-Tasi'u wal-Ishrun overall for Foundation 1. And we are very grateful to our Lord for this majestic opportunity. The lesson will be discussed over the following: a grammar section, Quran studies, Tajweed page, important daily words that Muslims should know, because we had completed our discussion on the Qudbatul Haja. So alhamdulillah, our grammar section is going to cover the concept of al-kalam. Al-Jumlatul Mufida is the jumla that has faida in it. Faida means benefit. Okay? A beneficial statement, right? Which is called kalam. And that is what is speech in Arabic. So we're going to get into that immediately, inshallah. So we're going to be discussing the sentence in Arabic in a little bit more detail. We discussed some of it. Last time we talked about the Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. That is the verbal sentence, inshallah, because in Arabic, unlike English, we have two types of sentences. Al-Jumlatul Ismiyah, and Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. A jumla that is in nominal sentence that begins with a noun, with an ism. It's better to say with an ism. And a Jumlatul Fi'aliyah, the sentence that begins with a verb. So inshallah, we're going to really try to get some understanding of this, because in Arabic there are two types of sentences. I mean, it is not Al-Jumlatul Ismiyah or Al-Jumlatul Fi'aliyah, as we're going to learn, right? It is called, the first one is called Al-Jumlatul Khabariyah. We mentioned this before. The Khabariyah sentence, or the sentence that is Khabariyah, the sentence which has the possibility of being true or false. Okay, that is why it is called Jumlatul Khabariyah. It gives information, and information can be true or false. Okay, that's one type of sentence. And this category of sentence is divided into two categories. This type, this one here, Al-Jumlatul Khabariyah, is divided into two types, inshallah. Inqasimu ila qismayn. It is divided into two different types, right? Al-Jumlatul Ismiyatul Khabariyatu, the nominal sentence. Okay? It can be called Al-Jumlatul Ismiyah. There's no problem, right? Al-Jumlatul Ismiyah is the nominal sentence. But Al-Khabariyah is just to emphasize the fact that we are dealing with the Jumlatul Khabariyah because this is the next type, right? And this type of sentence, Al-Jumlatul Ismiyah, is every sentence that begins with a noun. I should have put ism here. That's better, because I have etc. But that is not enough, because, I mean, as we know, a jumla can begin with a damir. You know what's a damir, right? Damir is a pronoun. It can begin with ismul ishara. For example, I say, Ana Muslimun, I'm a Muslim. That's a full, complete statement, right? If I say, Hada kitabun, this is a book. So every sentence that begins with an ism, it can be a noun, a pronoun, an ismul ishara, a demonstrative pronoun. So all of that falls under the category of asma. So it can begin with any of those. And then we have the second category, the second type in this category, Al-Jumlatul Khabariyah, is Al-Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. But we put Al-Khabariyah because it is Khabariyah here, right? Al-Jumlatul Fi'aliyah, the verbal sentence. And this is every sentence that begins with a fi'al. This is called a verbal sentence. A verbal sentence. It's called a verbal sentence. This sentence here is incorrect. Al-Jumlatul Fi'aliyyatu. Okay, so I think we understand that and we know that. We did this before, so we know that. The concept that we're going to be dealing with today in some detail, all right, is Al-Jumatul Inshaaiyaah. Al-Jumatul Inshaaiyaah. Al-Jumatul Inshaaiyaah. Inshaaiyaah. Okay? The Insha'i statement. A sentence which does not have the possibility of being true or false. Okay? There's no possibility, there's no way it can be true or false. Here, these types of sentences, Al-Inshaaiyaah, falls into 10 different categories. Right? 10 different categories. The first category is Amr. Right? Is a command or imperative. Like I say, idrib, hit. Right? That's a command. Inshallah, we're going to go through that on the other slide. But it's a sentence. It's a Jumatul Fi'aliyyah because it starts with fi'l. But it is a sentence that does not have the possibility of being true or false. It is, if I say hit, there's no true or false in that. Okay? It's just a command to do something. Same thing with nahi. Nahi is a negative command. La taf'al, don't do. You understand? So if I said don't do, there is no way that you can see true or false in that. Okay? So we're going to go through this. Istifham. Istifham is interrogative or the questioning, right? Asking something. Who is that? What is there? Aina hada? Where is this? Man anta? Who are you? Tamanni. Tamanni is, we did this word tamanni in, when we studied inna wa akhawatuha, right? And it is to do with a desire or a wish that is not possible to materialize. Okay? Like on the Day of Judgment, people are going to say, and we hope we don't fall into this category, may Allah protect us, Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati. We all should know that. It is in Surah Fajr. Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati. Ya laytani is, oh, how, ya layta, mean, oh, how I wish. Oh, how I wish. You understand? Oh, how I wish that I had sent forth for my life. Because notice how the ayahs describe that the akhirah life is the life. This life is not really described. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not describe this life as the life. And Allah talks about this in more than one place in the Quran. The portion in this that is mentioned in Surah Al-Fajr is actually saying, recognizing that there, the akhirah is his real life, because he's saying, Ya laytani, oh, how I wish I had sent forth for my life. I had sent forth good deeds, I had sent forth actions that are going to be beneficial in that life, for my life, right? So it's a vain wish, because nobody is going to get a chance to return to do more good works. It's a desire that is there that is not going to really be able to materialize. Like kafirs are going to say, Ya laytani kuntu turaba in Surah Amma, right? The kafirs are going to say, Ya laytani kuntu turaba. Oh, how I wish I were dirt. All right? So that's a vain wish. It's not something that can materialize. They can't turn dirt. No time, no way. Then there's taraji. Taraji is a hope that is possible. Inshallah, we'll discuss this. And like the word la'alla is used for taraji. Right? So we did later. We did la'alla also. Nida. We did nida. Nida is a call or an appeal. Oh, so and so, come here. Right? It's a call. You're calling somebody. So it's a nida. It's a call. Yeah, so and so, come. Okay? That has no way of having true or false in it. Oh, so and so, come. Oh, Muhammad, come. Ya Muhammad, ta'al. Ard is an offer. Okay? And this is, inshallah, again, we will give an example and you will see how it is. Qasam. Wallahi, like that, you know, is an oath or a swearing. Ta'ajjub. Ta'ajjub is an expression of amazement. And then the final one is uqood. Uqood has to do with business transactions and contracts. Okay? So these are the 10 types of Jumlatul Inshaaiyaah. And we are just going to go through them quickly. I mean, you'll have to memorize them. Amrun, Nahyun, Istifham, Tamanni, Taraji, Nida, Ard, Qasam, Ta'ajjub, Uqood. Okay, so let's get an example. Let's get an example of each, inshallah, so that we will be able to understand it better. So the first one we have is Amr, the imperative or command form. Idrib. Idrib means hit, right? Daraba, tadribu, idrib. Daraba means he hit. Daraba, tadribu, tadribu. Daraba means he hit. Tadribu means you hit. Yadribu means he hits, right? So this translation is wrong. It's supposed to be you hit. Idrib means hit. This is what we are looking for. That's a command form. Idrib means, it means hits. Hit. Idrib means hit. Nahi. Nahyun is a negative command. La tadrib. La tadrib. Right? Don't you hit. Or don't hit. Right? But you're talking to you. Don't hit. Anta. La tadrib anta. Do not hit. You do not hit. Okay? So that's nahi. Istifham. Interrogative or question. Asking a question. Hal daraba Zaydun? Hal daraba Zaydun. As you see, we used all three forms, right? We used the past tense form, we used the present tense form, and we used the fi'l amr. Hal daraba Zaydun as an interrogative form. Did Zayd hit? Did Zayd hit? Okay. Number 4 is tamanni. It's a desire or an impossible hope, right? Layta shababa a'idun. Layta shababa a'idun. Layta shababa a'idun. Remember, layta is min akhwat inna. It's from the sisters of inna. What does inna do? When inna, like inna alhamdulillah, inna tansibu al-mubtada wa tarfa'u al-khabar. It makes the mubtada mansub and it makes the khabar marfu'. So here, layta shababa a'idun. A shabab is mansub because of layta. Layta does the work of inna and the khabar is marfu'. Tamanni means desire and possible hope, right? So layta shabab, a shabab is youth. You call a shab, shabun is one youth. Shabab is youth, is the plural for youth. But also it can mean youthfulness, right? Actually, it means shabab means youths, right? A'id, ada ya'udu means to return. A'id is the ism al-fa'il, right? So the person is wishing later, ya layta shabab. Oh, how I wish a shabab, that youth will return. That's what it means. If only youth will return. Oh, how I wish youth will return. It's an impossible wish. It's not a wish that can come true. Taraji, it means perhaps. It's a positive hope, right? For example, I say لعل الامتحان سهل. لعل الامتحان سهل. لعل means perhaps, right? Perhaps the imtihan, al-imtihan is the examination, is going to be sahl. It's going to be easy. لعل means I hope. Hopefully the exam would be easy. Okay? Hopefully the exam would be easy. Then we have nida. Nida is a call or an appeal, and we have the example Ya Allah, which means Oh Allah. Then we have ard. Ard is an offer. So for example, I say Ala ta'tini fa'u'tiyaka dinar. Ala ta'tini fa'u'tiyaka dinaran. Ala ta'tini fa'u'tiyaka dinaran. Ala ta'tini. Ata ya'ti ta'ti. Should you not ta'ti, come to me. Ta'tini. فأعطيك أعطى يعطي means so, fa means so. I will give you أعطيك, I'll give you a dinar, 1 dinar. Right? A dinar is, أعطي means I will give you a dinar. A dinar is a type of money. Right? So, will you not come to me so that I will give you a dinar? That's like an offer, right? Qasamun means swearing or an oath. Wallahi means by Allah. Then we have ta'ajjub. Ta'ajjub means an expression of amazement. Like ma ahsana Zaydan. Ma ahsana Zaydan. How ahsan means good. Ahsana, when it's in this construction, everything is mansub that comes after ma. This is ma ta'ajjubiyya. It is the ma that expresses amazement. I want to say, how beautiful is the house? I say ma ajmal al-bayta. Right? So you see, ma ajmala, jamil means beautiful, and bayt is house, right? Ma ajmal al-bayta, how beautiful is the house, right? But as you see, the last letter here takes a fatha, and this also takes a fatha. Okay, how ma ahsana Zaydun is how excellent is Zayd. Ahsan, as we did before, it means excellent, or we can say good. Okay, but ahsan is better because excellent is better because it actually indicates it's an ismu tafdeel. Hasanun means good, right? Ahsan is excellent. And then the final one is uqud. Uqud is transactions and contracts. This here we did not bring any example because it's more than, you have to put together more than one sentence and things like that. So I said we'll discuss this if there is need, inshallah. But these are the 10 categories that are called Jumlatun. Each one is a Jumlatun Inshaaiyaah. Is a Jumlatun Inshaaiyaah. We just have to go over them. I mean, don't, as I said, in relation to these things that are grammatical, just leave it alone and don't get too bogged down with it. Concentrate on the vocabulary. Right? You learn it and you learn it and you learn it. Inshallah, all these, you learn it, you revise it 2, 3, 4 times. You get it, inshallah, that's fine. You have to still learn the words. All of these are vocabulary that you still have to know. We're going to do Quran studies, revision of sooratul Kawthar and sooratul Ma'un. Because we want to finish off those 10 surahs that we did before. And we're going to do the new surah, text of study, which is sooratul Qadr. This is just the ayats from Surah Kawthar, from sooratul Kawthar, inshallah. Because we didn't put a Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim here. We just put in the ayats. Right? So let us read it quickly. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. Okay, the noon has a shadda, so we give gunna. We say Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. This here is a mad alif, right? What comes after it? Hamza. So when Hamza comes after it, we say, like in this particular case, it can take 2 harakat, but it can take 4 and more than 4 too, right? It can take 4 up to 5, inshallah. So if Hamza or Sukoon comes after the mad letter can change in some cases to 4 harakat, some to 6, inshallah. And there's the option to read it with 2. Depends on how the Hamza falls, right? If the Hamza is in a different word or is in the same word. Remember when I said إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ? The Hamza and the mad letter, ja'a, the alif there, fall in the same word. So that has to be given 4 harakat. Here, the inna, the na here, the alif here, falls in a different word from a'tainaka. So this can be read inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. 2 harakat. or Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna, again, inna is here. Inna shani'aka. Shani'ah, because inna makes the noun that follows it mansub. Shani'aka, shani'ah is mudaf, ka is mudafun ilay. Huwa al-abtar, abtar. The ba is qalqala. The ba has qalqala, right? We said anytime ba has a sukun. Ba, ta, jim, dal, and qaf. Anytime they have sukun, even if it is the sukun is asli, if it is originally there, or the sukun is derived because it comes at the end of a word, and so the last vowel sign drop, qalqala has to still be given. Anyways, so let us go now, inshallah. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Inna is equal to inna plus noon with an alif. Inna a'tainaka. A'ta, yu'ti, means to give or to grant. So here Allah is saying, indeed we, the na here means we. A'tainaka, a'ta, a'ta. We, the na here refers to the fa'il who is giving. Inna, indeed we, a'tainaka, we gave anta, we gave you, ka, right? So here the ka is maf'ulun bihi fi mahalli nasb, because it is mabni, the kaf. This is a damir, is mabni, right? Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Al-kawthar is maf'ulun bihi mansub. This kaf is also maf'ulun bihi, right? The noon here, the noon here is the fa'il. A'tayna, we are giving you, anta. So he is the maf'ulun bihi. And kawthar, what are they giving it? Is maf'ul al-thani, al-kawthar. Fasalli, right? Al-kawthar, we just left it as al-kawthar. But it is a pond that is going to be given to the Prophet ﷺ on the Day of Judgment, that its water is going to be whiter than milk, and its cups, its chalices, are going to be more than the stars in the sky. So, I mean, that's a lot, mashallah. And anybody who drinks from that water is never going to thirst after that again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from amongst those who drink from that water. I mean, right. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Fasalli, Indeed, a'tainaka, we granted you, O Muhammad, al-kawthar. Fasalli, salla, yusalli, salla, yusalli, salli. This is the past tense. Sala is the original Arabic, but then ashada is added there, so it becomes salla. Yusalli, salli. Right? Here it is salli, fa salli. So, because we gave you al-kawthar, O Muhammad, fasalli, then salli, pray. Pray for what? Pray li rabbika, to your Lord. Wanhar, nahara, yanharu. Inhar means to sacrifice, right? Inhar means to sacrifice. Actually, that's a command form, right? Nahara means to sacrifice. Yanharu means he sacrifices. Inhar means sacrifice, okay? And sacrifice for him. So pray to your Lord and sacrifice. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. Shani, so pray to your Lord and sacrifice to him alone. Inna shani'aka, indeed your shani, shana'a means to hate or to detest. Shani'un means hater. Indeed the one who hates you. If you notice, it's ismul fa'il. Ismul fa'il, right? Shani'un, fast on the scale, fa'ilun. It means the one who hates, right? Huwa al-abtar. Batara means to be cut off or to cut off, right? Means to cut off. Abtar is the one who is most cut off, because it's not tafdeel. Okay? Then we get Indeed, your enemy, your hater, is the one who's really cut off. Right? His progeny is not going to benefit him in any way. أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. This is our other surah of analysis, inshallah. So let us do it quickly. أَرَأَيْتَ. Look at the bottom here. This is where the explanation of the words come. Ra'a, yara, ra'ayta. Ra'a means he saw. Yara means he sees. Ra'ayta mean you saw. Ara'ayta alladhi, don't you see? Ara'ayta, because of the way it is asked. Ara'ayta, don't you see? Alladhi, the one who yukadhibu. Kadhaba yukadhibu means to deny. He denied ad-deen. Kadhaba without shadda means to lie. Kadhaba means to deny, right? Okay, I just brought in the kadhaba there because it's a new word that we can learn and we can understand that we don't have to put shadda on it, because that would change the meaning if you put the shadda on the dhal. Okay, right, alladhi yukadhib, don't you see the one who denies? Kadhaba yukadhibu, kadhib, what does he deny? Ad-deen, the recompense. Ad-deen, the recompense. Deen means the recompense in the hereafter and the final reward. It can be Jahannam or it can be Jannah. Okay. So this statement, this sentence means, have you seen him who denies the recompense? أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. Have you seen him who denies the deen? فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. Then that, or so that, right, is the one who يَدُعُّ. يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. دَعَى. يَدُعُّ means to repulse or to turn down or turn away. Right? Da'a, yadu'u means to turn aside, turn away, repulse, turn down, like that, right? Yadu'ul yatim. Yatim is the orphan. So who denies the day of judgment? Who denies the recompense? The one who repulses or rejects or turns away the orphans. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that. If we know any orphan, inshallah, may Allah help us to take care of them properly and treat them with justice and fairness. Okay. فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. That is he who repulses the orphan harshly. That is, he is the one who oppresses the orphans and does not give him his just due. He does not feed him, nor is he kind to him. This is what Ibn Kathir rahimahullah said in relation to the one who repels, who repels or repulses the orphan. Okay, inshallah. ولا يحض على طعام المسكين. ولا يحض على طعام المسكين. حض يحض means to urge, to exhort, to spur on. يحض, حض على is to urge, or he urged. يحض mean he urges. على, to exhort someone to do, right? ولا يحض على طعام. طعام means food, right? So it actually means here that he does not exert or spur on or encourage one to feed al-miskin. The miskin are the poor people, right? The poor. And urges not the feeding of the poor people. Have you seen him who denies the recompense? That is he who repels the orphan harshly and urges not the feeding of the needy. Okay, so he does not urge that. Does not really urge that. So let us check ourselves how we are with this, right? Because sometimes we can be very bakhil, we can be very miserly, right? And it's necessary that we try to really spend a little bit more in Allah's way. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Wail is torment and ruin and destruction and doom. Okay, lil musallin. Can you imagine that? Wailul lil musallin. Doom and destruction and woe and ruin is for the musallin. The musallin is the one who praise, those who perform the prayer. So Allah is telling us, while for the musallin, but there is a continuation here, right? So woe to the performers of the salat, the prayers, who are the hypocrites who perform the prayer, right? Woe to them. Why? الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Those who الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Those who عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ, concerning their salat, sahun. Right? Sahun means inattentive and negligent. They are inattentive and negligent concerning their salat. Okay? الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. Ra'a means to see. Yura'i means to do these for show, to show off. Right? Yura'un comes from yura'i. Right? Yura'un is the plural for yura'i. Okay? And it comes from the original Arabic verb ra'a. So we see an alif is added here after the ra. Ra'a, yura'i, yura'un. الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. Those who do deeds, good deeds, only to be seen of men. وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ. Mana'a means to refuse. Yamna'u means he refuses. Yamna'un means they refuse. Okay? Al-ma'un is small kindnesses. Example, giving some water or salt or sugar, etc. Right? So, inshallah, وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَعُونَ, and withhold al-ma'un, small kindnesses like sugar, salt, water, you know. So, while is for the musallin, so woe to the performers of salat who delay their salat from their stated times, those who do good deeds only to be seen of men, and withhold al-ma'un, which is small kindnesses. You know, somebody asks you something and you have, and you're not even using it, and you don't even want to give them. Inshallah. Okay. We come to this surah. This is a new surah, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. Right? Inna again is inna plus noon. Anzalna. Anzala means to send down. Anzala, inna means, inna is made up of two words, inna plus na. Indeed, we anzalnahu. This is the verb, the fi'al. This is the fa'il, the noon there, and who is the maf'ulun bihi. Anzalnahu. Anzala means to send down. Indeed, we send down it. We sent it down. Right? The it here refers to the Quran. Fi laylatil qadr. In the layl, in the night of decrees. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Verily we sent it, that is this Quran, down in the night of Qadr, the night of decree. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. Here we have again, Laylatul Qadr, come back here again, right? So we don't have to retranslate that. وَمَا, and ma here is ma al-mawsuliyah. And what? أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. Notice the dal has a qalqala, right? إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ. قدر. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. And what? Ma means what? Adraka. Adra. Yudri means to make know. To make know. So wama, and what will make know you. So to translate it properly will be wama adraka means, and what would make you know. Ma laylatul qadr. Ma means what? what is Laylatul Qadr, right? And what will make you know what the night of Qadr, the night of decree is. What is the night? تنزل ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. Again we have ليلة القدر here again. ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير. We did خير before, right? ليلة القدر, the night of decree, is خير, is better, min, than ألف. ألف means 1,000. 1,000 shahr, 1,000 months. Okay, so Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months. The night of decree, the night of Qadr, is better than 1,000 months. That is worshipping Allah in that night is better than worshipping Him 1,000 months. That is 83 years and 4 months. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us, if we live, to see Laylatul Qadr, to get the benefit of it. Ameen. To get all the benefit of that majestic night. Ameen. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. تنزل come from نزل. This أنزل is different from نزل. Right? تنزل means to descend. تنزل الملائكة, so the malaika descends. والروح, we know who the malaika, right? The angels. والروح, the ruh is angel Jibreel alayhi salam. فيها, فيها, the fee here, the fiha, returns back to Laylatul Qadr. Fiha, right? So the angels and the ruh descend in it. Fiha. Bi'izni, bi'izni means with the permission, with or by permission. Bi'izni Rabbihim, by permission of their Lord, of their Lord. Min kulli amr, concerning kulli amr, every issue, every affair, right? Therein descend the angels and the ruh, Jibreel alayhi salam, by Allah's permission with all decrees. Bi-idhni rabbihim, with the permission of Allah, of their Lord, with the permission of their Lord. Right? It didn't say Allah's permission. This translation is incorrect. Min kulli amr, with all decrees. Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Right? Salamun means peace. Here, peace it is. That is, peace is Laylatul Qadr. Here, Laylatul Qadr. Salamun here. So salamun fi Laylatul Qadr hatta matla'il fajr. Hatta matla'il fajr. Until the matla al-fajr is the matla is the emergence or the break of dawn. So that is the meaning of this surah. Inshallah, learn the meaning, spend time with it and learn it, inshallah. And we hope that we can really benefit from memorizing it and understanding the meaning. Salamun hiya hatta matla al-fajr means peace all that night. That is, there is peace and goodness from Allah to His believing slave until the appearance of dawn. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us to see Laylatul Qadr, Ameen, and get all the blessings that it has. Words that a Muslim should know, words that Muslims should be familiar with, that should be part of a Muslim's day. This is the dua after the Adhaan. The dua after the Adhaan. In Azkar al-Adhaan. Supposed to be min azkaril adhan. Okay. Allahumma, come on, let's read it. Allahumma rabba hadhihi ad-da'wati at-tammati was-salati al-qa'imati ati Muhammadan al-wasilata wal-fadilata wab'athhu maqaman mahmudan alladhi wa'adta. And there's many people read another dua, another piece to it, but it's not authentic. Innaka la tukhliful mi'ad. That piece is not authentic. Right? Let's read it back. Allahumma rabba hadhihi ad-da'wati at-tamma was-salati al-qa'imah ati Muhammadan al-wasilah wal-fadilah wab'athhu maqaman mahmudan alladhi wa'adta. Allahumma, we know Allahumma. Rabba, O Allah, Rabb of hadhihi ad-da'wa. So this is mudaf, mudafun ilayh. Rabb of hadhi dawah. Hadhi dawah is ismul ishara plus the mushar ilayh. The dawah is what you're indicating to and what you're pointing to. And a tamma is a sifa, right? So let us get this fully. A dawah is the dawah is a call, right? The call or the invitation. Allahumma rabba hadhi al-da'wati tamma. Oh Allah, Rabb of this call, at-tamma. Okay? At-tamma is complete and perfect call. Was-salat al-qa'ima, and the salah that is qa'ima is established. Ati means give. Give to Muhammad. Ati Muhammadan al-wasila. Ati Muhammadan, give to Muhammad al-wasila. We're going to explain wasila just now, inshallah. Wal-fadila, and we're going to explain that also just now. Wa ba'athu, ba'atha means to send. Wa ba'athu maqaman mahmuda, and ba'atha means to send or to give to him. Maqam is a rank that is mahmud. Mahmud is praised. Alladhi wa'adtahu. Wa'ada means to promise, right? Wa'adtahu, which you promised him. Allah, or O Allah, owner of this perfect call and owner of this prayer to be performed, that is a salat, bestow upon Muhammad al-wasila wal-fadila. Wab'athu, send him upon a praise rank or a platform which you had promised him. O Allah, owner of this perfect call, that is the perfect call is the Adhaan, right? And if you go and you look, we discussed the Adhaan before. You go and look at the words in the Adhaan, mashallah, they are very, very beautiful. An owner of this prayer to be established, right? Was-salat al-qa'ima, you are the Rabb of the perfect call, and you are the Rabb of the salat that is going to be established, that's going to be performed. Bestow, ati Muhammad, give unto Muhammad al-wasila wal-fadila, and send him upon a praise rank. وَبَعَثُوا مَقَامًا مَحْمُودًا الَّذِي وَعَدْتَ, which you have promised him. Okay, al-wasila bayyanaha Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam annaha darajatun fil jannati. Annaha daraja. Okay, it is a daraja, it is a level. It is a level in Jannah. Okay, لا ينبغي أن تكون إلا لعبد من عباد الله. لا ينبغي, it is not, right? This daraja, this level in Jannah, لا ينبغي, it is not befitting. It is not fitting or befitting, right? لا ينبغي أن تكون, it is not befitting to be, and takuna means to be, illa, except li'abdin min ibadillah, for one abd, from the ibadillah. It is not befitting or fitting except for one slave from all the slaves of Allah, right? Wa arju an akuna ana huwa, and I hope. Arju means I hope. And that I will be, akuna means I will be, ana huwa, that I'll be the one that is going to be qualified for this, so to speak, right? Inshallah. This wasila is a place in Jannah, is a level in Jannah, that it is not befitting or fitting for anyone except for one slave. And the Prophet ﷺ, from all the slaves, one. And the Prophet ﷺ says, and he hopes that he is going to be that one slave, inshallah, right? Al-fadila hiya al-manqabatu al-a'liyatu allati la yusharikuhu fiha ahad. Al-manqabatu is the virtue. It's a virtue that is a'liyah, that is very high and sublime. Allati la yusharikuhu fiha ahad, that no one can share in. Sharik, sharaka yushariku means no one can share with him in it, inshallah. Okay? Al-wasila, the messenger explained it that it is a level in Jannah that is not fitting except for only one slave of Allah, and I hope that I am him. Al-Fadila is, it is a sublime virtue that none share in it with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Makharaj al-huruf. Notes relating to the two letters of the throat, ha and ayn, that originate from the middle of the throat. Two letters from the middle of the throat need lots of practice in order for one to succeed in their proper pronunciation. Because we are English speaking, these letters are not in English. So they need a lot of practice. So you have to really spend a lot of time with the two that we did the last time, kha, akh, agh. You have to feel it coming from the top of the throat. Here we have ha and ayn. For the middle of the throat, wasat al-halq. The first step is getting used to using the throat, especially the middle. Then work should begin on the letter ha. So you have to get used to using the throat, the middle of the throat. Think of the throat squeezing against itself from the middle and try to pronounce it from that point. Try to pronounce the ha from that point. There is plenty of air that runs with this letter. Ha, ha, ha. You can feel it coming from the middle of the throat. The middle of the throat. Ha, ahsan. Right? The ayn is the second letter from this area and it is pronounced from the same point, but has more of a rolling sound. The best way to get this is by listening to a Quran tape and trying to imitate the sound of the master reciter, inshallah. Right? You need to do that. Or if you have a teacher who can teach you it, inshallah, and he listens back to you, that is even better. Okay, here's the makhraj of ayn. See this here? This piece here? This is called the epiglottis. This is what covers over the breathing passage that takes the air to the lungs. So when you are eating, right, the epiglottis opens up. It goes back here. This is the epiglottis. It goes back and it covers off the passage to go down into the lungs. Okay. Anyhow, yeah. So this is where the ayn originates from. You see where the epiglottis is? It touches the back of the throat, right? And the song emanates from right there. Ayn, al-aynu. Look how the epiglottis moves back all the way when ayn is pronounced. So we say ayn. So when the epiglottis moves backwards, it narrows down the articulation point of the ayn, and so the sound of the ayn emerges even if it has sukoon or any other vowel mark. Right? Abdun, inda. This is supposed to be inda. It's not indun. It's supposed to be inda. This is very hard to do because the hamza and the ayn are very close with their makhraj. Abdun, inda. Okay? So that is the ayn, inshallah. The makhraj of the ha for the wasatul halq. We see it is about the same point as the ayn, but the epiglottis is in a different position. Okay, so check it out clearly on the map. I think you have the drawing, inshallah, that we have, picture that we have, that is in the book, inshallah. Look how the epiglottis move backwards for the ha. It is not as strong as for the ayn. The ayn goes all the way back. Thus, it is easier to pronounce than the ayn. Ha, ayn, so it's easier to pronounce, inshallah. Please be aware that you need to spend time practicing the pronunciation of these letters since they are not found in English. It needs work, but inshallah it will come as long as you make effort. The more effort you make, the more you're going to seem to be pronouncing it correctly. So inshallah, I mean, you just go through that and let us get some practice here. Hamidun, Hamidun, Muhammadun, Muhammadun. So that is basically what we will do here for the makhraj of the truth, the middle of the truth, the ha and the ayn. So we close here, inshallah. This is our conclusion. This concludes our 13th lesson, and alhamdulillah, this weekend we'll finish off the 14th and the 15th lesson, and then we will have on Tuesday we'll have a revision, and then the next week we're going to be revising, inshallah, and with vocabulary tests and things like that. I think I'll have 3 classes that we're going to do the testing, inshallah. Okay, so this is a Dars al-Thalith Ashar of part 2 of Foundation 1. It is our 29th lesson. Ad-Dars al-Tasi'u wal-Ishrun overall for Foundation 1. I ask Allah to keep our hearts firm and intentions pure. Furthermore, I encourage everyone to learn this great dua and repeat it often. Allahumma anfa'ani bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilma. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us and guide all of us and strengthen all of us and help all of us to do what is good and keep away from all that is evil. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our time and help us to make the effort that is necessary to get this language in place, inshallah. And we close here, inshallah, with the dua of the Prophet ﷺ for the kafarat al-majlis. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.